In part 4 of this series, Ervin demonstrates mixing a track and talks about mastering his song.
Welcome back. Last time we recorded the vocals and we recorded some piano over some earlier recorded guitar and drums. This time I'm going to focus on playback. I tend to monitor my songs through headphones and also speakers. You had to go. Mixing starts with getting the levels right. In order to do this, I brought up the mixer desk on Logic Pro, and these 5 tracks that I recorded earlier are now represented on the mixer desk below. Each track has a fader, and so I'm able to individually adjust their volumes relative to each other. You had to go. To Felix go. So to my ear, the guitar is a bit too loud and the vocal is a bit too soft. So I want to reduce the level of the guitar and I want to increase the volume of the vocal. You had to go. To Felix go. I didn't know. You had to go. You can see that I brought the 2 levels of the guitar down and I've increased the level of the vocal. We also have the option through these pan knobs to place each track in the stereo field where we want it. So for instance, I can pan completely to the right, to Felix Stowe, or completely to the left for the lead vocal, to Felix Stowe. Cool. But in this case I want the lead vocal to be central, to Felix Stowe. EQ is about levels again, but this time tied to frequencies within the track. So if I bring up the EQ panel for the drums, you'll see that in the lower bassier end I've taken off some of the volume. There's a slight bump around 70 Hertz, and there's a couple of little dips, and then it's flat for the rest. We've looked at levels and we've looked at EQ, and now we're going to look at some effects. So I'm going to apply a reverb effect to the vocal track. Here's my concert hall reverb. So if I now play the vocal track. You had to go. To Felix Stowe. I didn't know. We've looked at basic mixing and now we're going to look at the finished track. You'll notice there are a lot more instruments up there. See that the levels are all changed. Some tracks have had their panning changed, and my producer Aaron Z. Jones plays electric guitar and he plays bass, and he also modified the drums to fit this track. Aaron also mixed and mastered this track for all digital platforms. You had to go. To Felix Stowe. I didn't know. Came as a surprise. Sadness in your eyes. Felix Stowe is available on all digital platforms, including Apple Music, Amazon Music and Spotify. Sail away, sail away, sail away.
In the next part of this series, Ervin will answer some of the questions you've posted.